Hello. Uh, in this presentation today, I'm going to be talking about laws relating to employment and consumer protection. In this first slide, I'll be talking about the evaluation and benefit of introducing Consumer Rights Act 2015. In this slide, I said the Consumer Rights Act 2015 is a critical piece of legislation that safeguards the rights of consumers. The Consumer Protection Act delineates the rights and responsibilities of enterprises and consumers in the context of purchasing goods and services or products and services. It encompasses matters including the right to deny goods, the right to receive reimbursements or recompense for losses resulting from an infringement of contracts, and the quality of goods. It also offers remedies to businesses that are the victims of unjust or false trading practices. Another benefit is digital content protection. This encompasses enhanced consumer rights regarding digital goods, including that they must be of adequate quality and suitable for their intended use. The next slide is the Trade Description Act of 1968. The act was established to ensure consumers are safe from false adverts from trading companies. Key benefits evaluated. The first one, it prohibits deceptive advertising. That is, it criminalizes the misrepresentation of consumers by providing inaccurate characteristics regarding goods or services. It also augments consumer trust. The act significantly contributes to sustaining trust in business consumer relationship by ensuring that business representatives accurately depict their products. Another key benefits evaluation is fraud protection. The act protects consumer against informational deficiencies regarding product nature, quality, and quantity. Supply of Goods and Services Act 1982. In this slide, I try to summarize and bring out the key benefits. Number one, I said it ensures product quality. The article stipulates that all provided goods must possess adequate quality, be appropriate for the intended use, and be precisely characterized. Duty of service providers. Consumers are legally entitled to redress if services fail to meet their expectations, which may include a reservice or a refund. Advocates for equity. Supports company integrity by adhering to reasonable and acceptable practices with consumers. Consumer Protection Act of 1987. The act was established to protect end users or consumers and ensure producers produce safe products. Product safety. Key benefits include product liability. Manufacturers are motivated to develop safer products by consumers who file lawsuits against them for products they perceive as hazardous. It promotes safety. Organizations invest significant resources and dedicate considerable time to guarantee that their products satisfy safety regulations. It offers consumer redress. End users can pursue a remedy for any injury resulting from being exposed to unsafe products. Regulation for General Product Safety 1994. This act requires manufacturers, importers, and distributors to provide safe products to consumers. Any risk associated with their products must be properly assessed and managed to the minimum. Key benefits evaluated: it ensures healthy products. The regulation provides that products marketed in the United Kingdom must be safe to use, reducing the risk of injury to human workers. Remembers dangerous products. It establishes clear guidelines for companies to follow when bringing dangerous products back to market to protect public health. It enhances accountability. Businesses are held accountable for any faulty items they make, helping to guarantee high consumer safety standards. Law and termination of employment. Laws relating to employment and termination of employment. The Employment Relations Act of 2004. This act clearly and comprehensively made key provisions between workers, trade unions, and employers. The key provisions are: one, it enhances workplace relations. This enables the institutional application of bargaining mechanism for communicating with employers and staff members. Number two, it minimizes disputes. Implements conflict resolution mechanism to mitigate workplace disputes. Trade union rights. It enhances employees' freedom to recognize collectively, bargain with their employers, and uphold trade unions. The Equality Act 2010 by Mp3 School 2024. This act set out how people are protected from less favorable treatments and on what grounds, e.g. disability, age, sex, race, etc., etc. It is to ensure that companies put in policies and processes that prohibit discrimination practices at the workplace, even at the recruitment stages. It does not matter whether you are a worker, employee, contractor, or former employee. This act protects all. Still on employment-related laws. Employment Contract Act 1991, ECA. This act regulates the contract relationship between the employer and the employees. It is an act that emphasizes the importance of employees' freedom rather than the collective representation of their interests, and recognizing the intrinsic disparity in the negotiating power regarding the employment relationship. This was put in place by Gordon Addis in 1991 on employment contracts. It protects workers in their employment contracts and lays down the terms and conditions of employment. It addresses topics including the right to be compensated, the right to be free from discrimination, and the right to end one's work. Termination of employment. Termination of employment. The law outlines the legally required processes such as notice period. Employees should be given a term of notice before being fired or being compensated instead of this notice period. Reasonable grounds for termination. Employees can fire workers for procedural and substantive reasons that call for justifiable business justification, such as poor performance, misconduct, and redundancy. Protection from unfair dismissal. Employees who have worked for more than 2 years may be subject to unfair dismissal and may file an appeal with an employment tribunal. Justifying the significance of adhering to consumer safety laws. One, It protects consumers from harm. This is particularly important in purchasing products and services where there is a risk that defective or unsafe products could cause harm to consumers. Consumer safety laws also provide a framework to identify and manage risk and help to ensure that businesses are responsible for hazardous goods produced by them. Consumer safety laws ensure that businesses operate fairly and transparently. This is important to ensure businesses do not exploit consumers and help them make informed decisions when purchasing goods and services. These laws help in promoting economic growth and competitiveness. When businesses comply with consumer safety laws, are more likely to boost growth in the marketplace and expand their operations through investment in research and development projects. This will translate to job creation, promote economic growth, and ensure competitiveness in the global marketplace. Fosters market trust. The likelihood of enacting new regulations with which most businesses comply enhances customers' confidence, thus increasing sales of products integral to economic operations. Constitution and structure of a company. The nature of a company, it is common knowledge that a company is different from those who own it. That is, the shareholders, because it is a legal personality. This means it can own its assets, make contracts, sue, and be sued in its name. The nature of a company can also show its constitution, legal structure, the type of industry, and products and services offered. The mission and vision statement significantly give insight into the company's nature. Constitution of a company. Every company has its rules and regulations, which are contained in the Articles of Association. In other words, the company's constitution set out its shareholders and directors' rights and responsibilities and how it is managed and governed. Company structure. There are different types of companies formed. As earlier said in my in previous task, there are U and M forms of legal entities, and they have their advantages and disadvantages. Typical structure of the M form includes the head office of the firm, other committees such as audits committee, remuneration committee, nomination committees, and various divisions and departments. The company's structure differs depending on ownership, management, and legal requirements. How employment law contributes to the termination of contracts. Breach of contract terms and conditions. The reason for termination could be valid under employment law if any party, employer or employee, breaches the employment contract terms. However, either of the parties can freely terminate the contract without giving a reason, but must follow the underlying rules such as notice period, etc. The employment laws can also provide remedies for employees who have been unfairly dismissed and can help to ensure that employees are protected from discrimination in the workplace. Termination notice. Per statutory law, the notice period is 7 calendar days during probation. Parties can agree on a different notice period in writing, but this cannot be shorter than 1 month length, except during the probation period. The employer can dismiss the employee with immediate effect for cause.